And this is an alternate and I think easier and faster way to make our fingers around the left, right, and bottom edges. So I'm at the same stage that I was in the video before, although this is a completely different part. It has the same dimensions. And in the video, I worked directly with this sketch before by adding fingers onto this sketch. In this different technique, we're going to exit this sketch right now, and we're going to make the fingers a different way. So I exit the sketch. The thickness of this piece of wood is 0.11 inches. So in this D1 right here, I'm going to type 0.11, and then I'm hitting the Enter key to record that. And then we're going to check the green check to get out of the boss extrude and complete that command. Okay, now we have our front face without fingers, and we're going to add fingers to this with individual extruded cuts and some patterns and some mirrors. So what I want to do, first I'm clicking here just to unselect boss extrude, then just click anywhere in the white space, then click the extruded cut. It's looking for a plane to make the cut. So front face is fine right there. Click that once. Now let's click not this rectangle, but the corner to corner rectangle. That one. That one makes a little more sense for what we're doing here. And so corner to corner rectangle. I'm going to zoom in a little on this bottom corner. So when you hover your mouse near the bottom edge, it understands to start the feature at that edge. The orange is one part of that symbol, and the other part is when you get the green dot by the eraser of the pencil. So I'm going to click once, then click again. Don't worry about the numbers here because we're going to dimension right now. So I click Smart Dimension, and I want this to be 0.2. That is the width of the finger. So I type 0.2. I'm going to zoom in a little more. The height here, this is the thickness of the wood of the bottom piece that's going to meet this. And the thickness of the bottom piece is the same thickness as the front piece. So that's 0.11. Hit Enter or the green check. And last, I need to tell it where to start this finger. So I'm still in Smart Dimension mode, but you notice when I hover my mouse here, it doesn't recognize this little line segment from there to there as a line segment. So in this case, I need to click first on that point and then on this point. And it will understand that I'm setting that dimension. And I happen to guess well and get it very close to 0.2, but let's make it exactly 0.2. That's what we really care about. So I'm hitting that and the Enter key. And now I have my first finger sketch for just one cutout completed. I'm going to hit green check to get a dimension, and I'm going to exit sketch right now. Okay, I need to first, to complete the cut extrude command, I need to tell it what kind of cut to do. You could do a blind of 0.11. I prefer to do a through all, since that's what we really mean for this to occur. So through all and OK to that. And now you see we have one finger. And you think, well, this is not going very quickly, is it? But watch what happens when I do the linear pattern. So I just clicked the white space again to unselect Cut Extrude, but because you might have done that on your own just by accident. The slick way to do the linear pattern is to first pre-select what you want to pattern. So I click that, then I click Linear Pattern, and notice that the Cut Extrude feature to pattern is already filled in for me right there, and it's that feature. Now, had you not done that, we certainly could have filled it in at this point. I'll show you how to do that in another operation. The main information we need to give the linear pattern is the direction. So click on this box, make it blue. That now SOLIDWORKS understands you're about to give it input for that box. The direction for this little item to pattern itself is along that edge. So let's click that edge for our direction. Now you see initially it's doing a bunch of little patterns close together. That's not what we want, and that's because we haven't told it what to do. First we need to say what is the increment of those patterns. So the finger is formed by a 2/10 of an inch space there, and then a 2/10 there, and then that's going to repeat. So that's a 4/10 increment. So this will be 0.4, and I hit enter to record that. And then we want to make that pattern all the way across. So I believe it's 11 to get myself all the way across, but had I guessed wrong, had I guessed 12, no problem. You see there's one there. You can always change it until it looks right. And that should work. I'll check it later to make sure that that last little segment is 0.2, but if I did my math right, it should be fine. And now we're going to hit the green check to get out of linear pattern. And there we have the bottom edge, you can see, done very slickly. Let's check that last segment just to make sure. Evaluate, measure, and I'm going to zoom in on that, and I'm going to select that line segment, and sure enough, that's 0.2. So we're good. All the math worked out. Let's recenter there and get back to the features toolbar. Now we're ready to do that similar operation up the left side and the right side. So let's start again with extruded cut. And let me zoom in on this area. And we need to first select the plane, so that would be the right on that face. Then the corner to corner rectangle should be already selected for you. Hover so something turns orange there, and you get the green dot. Click once, then click again to make a rectangle. Let's dimension that rectangle. This is going to be 0.2. You could either do this side or this side, it won't matter. 0.2. This dimension right here, that is the thickness of the side that's going to be taking up this space later on. So that will be 0.11. And I'm going to make another 2/10 from this point to that point. Lucky guess, pretty close. 0.2. And there we have our sketch and the only sketch we will need to complete both the left and right patterns. So let's hit the green check for that. And let's exit this sketch. Now we're in the cut extrude control, and I'm going to do a through all. I'm going to green check that to complete the cut extrude, and there it is. Okay. Now at this stage you have two choices, and it does not much matter for how we propagate this little cutout all the way up and over and all the way up. And your choices would be, first I could simply propagate that up with another linear pattern. Then I could mirror both the linear pattern and the first one over to the other side. Second choice is I could just mirror this single cutout to the other side and then mirror both of those all the way up. I think it's arbitrary which one you do. I'll do the second one just for no particular reason. So I want to mirror this cut that I just did, that one, to the other side. And so I'm going to pre-select it. Actually, I'll show you the way to, if I don't pre-select it, if nothing is selected, and I hit the mirror, now I need to tell it what two things, the mirror face plane and the feature to mirror. Had I pre-selected, it would have filled that in already. But since this is on the mirror face plane, we'll do that first. So mirror face plane, I'm going to open my plus here so I can see all of the things I want to control, and that's the mirror plane for the left to right. So I click that. Then the feature to mirror, this is where this is handy again. I want to mirror this last feature right there. So I'm going to click that, and you see that fills it in there. And you can see it's about to appear on this side. So we hit the green check to finish the mirror, and there's the cutout. And lastly, we simply pattern up both the left cutout and the right mirror all the way up. So I'll do that in this case. I click that to select it. I'm holding the Shift key down, and now that's selected as well. And when I click Linear Pattern, it's going to fill in those already. You can see that and that are already filled in. It only needs to know now the direction and the increment and the number. If you don't like this showing up at this point, which is sometimes in the way, simply hit the minus sign, and that, oh, it won't let me do that in this mode, sorry. I would have had to done that earlier, but it's not too bad. It's not particularly in the way. So direction 1, you could either select that one or that one because they're the same direction. It does not matter. We certainly don't need it to go 11. I believe my number is 5. Yep, to get there, but you can experiment. It pre-selected the point, or pre-filled in the 0.4 because it's the same increment down there. And hit the green check, and we are done with the basic patterning of the fingers on the front face. So that method, I think, is less error prone because it involves much less sophisticated sketching than the method I showed in the prior video. The prior video had to do a sketch going up and down and up and down. You did use a pattern for it, but there's more opportunity to make errors when sketches get complicated like that. So this method is cleaner and I think faster than the original one.